Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Michael McCarville. This is Fun with Fallen Flags, episode 70. So episode 70 is going to be the beginning of the Ophir Loop series, and this is going to be the overview of that project. Now back in episode 5, we built the Trestle, which was kind of loosely based on Trestle 45A in Ophir, and that's what's sitting right here behind me. It was a 4 foot long trestle, and it was a kind of kick you in the pants, get you moving off the couch kind of project. So that was done. And then in episode, what was it, 19, we did the footers. We cast scratch built footers brick by brick and then made plastic and made rubber molds out of that and then cast plaster footers. So that was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to continue to use this because the more episodes that I've done, the more focused on prototypical accuracy I've gotten. So I may still use this. I don't know because it's a lot of work. And if I don't use it, I'll probably use it as a temporary 45A. But I'm not going to rebuild Trestle 45A as the first project because we got way too much stuff to build. So Ophir Loop is in Colorado. It's in southwestern Colorado. It's on the Rio Grande Southern. It's south of Vance Junction. It's north of Rico. It loops across a valley, and that's the reason why it is given the Ophir Loop name, because it's actually, if you look down on it from the air, you can see it go up the side of a valley, loop around, and then continue back on itself, and it heads south towards Rico. And during that loop, there's a lot of trestles, and which is going to be really cool to build. And it's climbs in height by a couple 100 feet. I don't know the exact, so don't quote me, but it does. It is pretty extensive. Matter of fact, it's so steep that there's avalanche flumes, and the original depot at Ophir was actually wiped out by an avalanche, and then they had to rebuild it in a safer spot. So, so the banner picture at the very top, the colored one, that's an excursion train sitting on the loop itself, and you can see the very beginning on the far left. It's cut off the very beginnings of Trestle 45A. Then there's a white house. Then there's a large black tramway that is used for cable buckets and brings ore from a mine down to the tramway building, and that's built basically on top of the depot, which is the next building to the right, the yellow structure. So that's just the beginning of the stuff. So picture below is from the opposite angle. It's looking at it from the south side, looking north. So you see all the same structures, and then a few boxcars and stuff like that, big retaining walls. So there's lots and lots of stuff for us to build here. It's all going to be narrow gauge HO. And I'm really excited about this project because I've been kind of putting this one off. I want to get Vance Junction done, and that project is, as of right now, it's got one structure left before the structures on Vance Junction are complete. And then there's other series that we've got going. There's the Dallas Divide or Peak series going. But I didn't want to wait any longer because I'm dying to get this one going, and I've got some stuff that I know I can already build. Plus, I already have this trestle sitting right here, and it'd be crazy not to have put it somewhere. So we're going to get started. Before I get too far, I want to thank the guys from Friends of Cumbres and Toltec for allowing me to use their photographs. If you're interested in any of the photographs that you see on here, go to their website, and I'll leave links at the bottom for all that. If you're interested in any of that stuff, they have high-res photos. The stuff that I'm using is just the stuff that is low-res, that looks good in video, but if you were to blow it up, it wouldn't look very good. So they have high-res, and you can buy stuff right off their site. So once again, guys, I appreciate all your support. It's huge to look at something in the historical context, and rather than just talk about it in a hypothetical track plan or just a bunch of kits or ballasting track and not really understanding where we're going. So that's what this video is for. Like I said, this is Rio Grande Southern tracks. They're ascending towards Lizard Head Pass and Rico to the south after leaving Vance Junction, which is north of us. There's lots of trestles in the area. This is there's a stream that runs up through the center of this. So Trestle 45A goes across the Howard Fork, and then continues on, and then there's another trestle 45B just to the right of the depot, and that's where the stream crosses the tracks in two places as it loops around. So some of the structures that we're going to do, let me go through a list real quick. The Trestle 45A, like I talked about, we've done those in 2 episodes. The small white house there at the end of the Trestle 45A. The big black building, the Tram House, that's a project. Depot, there's an outhouse at the depot. There's a depot, there's a platform. There's a large retaining wall you can see in that black and white picture on the bottom. To the edge of the, right next to where that car is sitting, right to the edge of that, is the section car shed. So the retaining wall, the section car shed. Out of the picture, there's more stuff. I mean, I couldn't get everything in these photos, but there's a building up on the hill, and everything is really vertical in this area too. Lots of steep roads and sidewalks that go up the mountain. You can see one there on the black and white photo. There's a structure called Mrs. Skillens Store. There's a Oilton Club, and there's a general merchandise building, post office, another trestle. There's buildings up on the hill. There's a mine or a processing plant up on the valley from where we're looking. So really there's no end to the number of structures we could build in this area, but we want to do the most the structures that are most relative to the Rio Grande Southern in this area. So this is the beginning of the project. We're going to go through and attack these one at a time, very serially, and we're going to make sure that we get really good prototypical information from the photos that we have access to. Unlike you know, modeling in the past, you didn't really have the option to really dig in and look at some of the details of some of the structures because people were out taking pictures, but nothing was being shared. Now there's so much stuff on the internet, and if you're not in a group, you can ask you know, folks on Facebook and modeling groups and things like that. So there's tons of information that I've gotten just by asking questions too. So once again, I want to thank guys from the Friends of Cumbres and Toltec. If you're interested in further issues of this, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll leave the link in the notes below. Also, there's a Facebook group, HO Scale Tutorials. It's focused just on how to do stuff in HO Scale and walkthroughs so that really anybody who picks up a kit can sit down and go through the instructions. We're real focused on the instructional piece of that too. So join that club as well. Once again, if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe and join the Facebook group, and I look forward to building out this area. I've been waiting to build this area out for a long time because this is one of my favorite parts of narrow gauge Colorado is the Ophir Loop. So I look forward to building this out with you guys, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon and you'll get updates. Thanks, and I will talk to you very soon.